I recently met a crisis. Something happened to me. I would like to share with you here. So maybe this will help you, or just listen to it as a story. My car broke down. As a pet sitter, a car broke down. It was a crisis for me. It broke down at the middle of the road while I was driving. I had no idea. I was waiting about 2 hours. I contacted at all. Well, the tow truck came and towed my car, and I was there, and I was thinking I need to rent a car. Then it was lucky that my cousin borrows me his car. So I have my cousin's car for 2 days, and then I rent a car. After I rent a car for one day, and then I contacted my families, my mother and my uncle. My mother was willing to drive me around to do my pet sittings for a temporary recovery, and I really, really felt grateful. So my uncle was able to give me the information. So I got a seller who sell used car, and I will tell you why I use used car and not a new car. Yeah, first, while I was doing this thinking, I think a used car and a new car had the same risk actually, because the broken down car of mine has 20,000 miles. 20,000 miles and the car broke down. And it didn't have any problem before. So there is a risk if you purchase a car. So if a used car is functional and everything looks good and had just maybe not too much mileage, I think it would be a pretty option for me. And it saved me tons of money compared to a $30,000 new car. So I chose to buy a used car, and then my budget was $3,000, uh, non-negotiable. So I met the seller. Okay, here I was as there in front of the used cars and seller. There were two Ford cars. One of them, after my test drive, one of them worked for me. I asked the owner what's the type of the car, and he answered it was 2017 Ford. And I lift up the cover and checked the oil, the engine, everything looks no rusty. So no rust. That's really good. So I told the owner my budget $3,000. The owner told me, well, I only sell the car $5,000. $3,000 is I don't do that. So I told the owner, well, I can do 3,500. And the owner told me he wouldn't make any profit from that. And then asked the owner then, can you just do a deal? Can you just like do $500 off? And then the owner told me he was not willing to do it. And then I turned away. I went back into my car because I told the owner, let me think about it. And I called my uncle because the seller is my uncle's friend. So I called my uncle. I said the seller was only willing to sell it for $5,000. And my uncle told me, well, what's the type? And I told my uncle it's Ford 2017. My uncle told me that was a good price. And within 1 second, I handed up the phone and I showed up in front of the seller, and I told the seller I was really willing to buy the car today, and I wish there could be a deal. And I told the seller, is there any wiggle room for it? The seller looked at me, hesitated, and told me $200 off. I sat down and then I jumped back into the car, called my uncle, and said, no, it's $4,800. And my uncle answered me, well, do you know how much mileage? And I told him about like 150,000 miles. And my uncle said uh, something, and I gave the phone, let my uncle talk to the seller. After their conversation, my uncle told me, now it's $500 off in total. So I paid the deposit. The car is going to be back into my hand after 4 to 5 days. it's a Ford 2017 for $4,500. And after this, I asked my uncle on the phone, how did you do an extra $300 off? And my uncle told me, well, I just talked to the seller and told him, brother, my niece really need help, and can you just do a deal for her? And that reduced another $300. So I was thinking, well, that was muscular energy, because like a feminine, I couldn't say hi, brother. So okay, I think it's a really, really good deal, actually. And I was really happy for it, grateful for it. And I'm still renting a car now, and I will get this car after 4 to 5 days. And I would say, well, if this experience helps you, I think there are few things I considered. First, I would not use credit card because I never think credit card is a good invention, and it can easily put people in debt. Two, I preferred to buy a used car instead of a new car. Three, I have negotiation skill. Four, my uncle and it's like family. I would lend money from them and I pay them back. I pay back my mother. So my mother is going to pay the car first, and I'm going to use my work payment to pay back to my mother, instead of selling my investment on stock market, because my investment had really good basis, and if I sell the basic price and now the price is different, so I prefer to keep them there. Of course, I paid my mother for driving me around to do my pet sittings. I think that's her really, really reward, and I already paid her, and I was happy to pay it. Uh, yeah, so uh, some friends told me most Americans, they would like to do like buy a new car, $30,000, and they prefer to use credit. And hi, baby, look, thank you. I'm recording. I'm recording. Yeah, yeah. So I would just use a used car and negotiate the price. I think, well, that's my decision, and I know different people have different kind of method to cope in their life. I really accept this crisis because I learned from it. It did bring some difficulty to my life. However, I'm very acceptant. I'm very acceptance to it. Yeah. So I think every difficulty, when I pick it up, really look, examine it carefully, and really find the value behind it. So I'm really happy to share with you here. Have a good day.